All right, let's check back in with that forecast. Ooh, I'm glad that rain's done.
I know it's going to be nice. You know, Carolyn and I were talking about this earlier while you were at a Magical Toy Drive. You know, we've been cloudy and cool. We're turning colder, but the sun's coming back out. So you're kind of taking the good with the bad. And I know a lot of folks have been.
The sunshine goes a long way, though.
It does. It makes it feel nicer, and it kind of just bumps, I feel like, a lot of folks' moods too.
Totally.
Not going to see that, of course, overnight, right? Because the sun's already down. It's almost midnight. But so as you're waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to be starting off with a mostly cloudy sky and eventually a lot of sunshine. This evening, though, in a few spots at least, we are watching a few areas of some patchy, locally dense fog. And you can kind of see our Monroe cam is looking a little bit on the foggy side there. That's, of course, because of a little bit of that low cloud cover. But no rain to track. As Vanessa mentioned, it's at least going to feel a lot nicer. Areas of fog developing for mainly parts along and south of the Charlotte metro area tomorrow morning. We are going to watch that. You can see getting as dense as about half of a mile or so in a few spots. But overall, it's not going to be a significant threat tomorrow morning, at least compared to where we have been for a lot of the past few mornings. And fog should largely start to mix out, I guess, as expected to as we get closer to about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So as we go through the next few days, tomorrow morning, again, I mentioned this before, it's going to kind of feel like a cakewalk overall, comparatively to where we'll be on about Monday morning as we're entering some of those last few weeks of December. So 34 this evening, 25 by Monday. So we pretty much by Saturday morning and beyond are going to be at, if not below average for this time of year, and at, if not below freezing for pretty much now all the way through Christmas weekend. In fact, as you look at that 7-day forecast, we could be in the teens to kick off both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So unlike last year, when we were in the 70s and we had record heat on December 26th, that's not going to be the case this year. What we know is it's going to be colder than average. We can tell you that. We'll work out the numbers, of course, closer too. So tomorrow afternoon, sunshine returns, highs in the upper 30s for the mountains. We have low 50s there for the foothills, Charlotte, most of the Charlotte metro down toward the Piedmont and southern Piedmont, that is, and toward the Sandhills, most spots in the mid 50s. Again, freezing for Saturday. We'll see a few clouds in the afternoon, but overall lots of sunshine, 52. And those clouds will come with a reinforcing shot of colder air. And that's why Sunday will only be in the upper 40s. And I mentioned this earlier in our newscast at 4, 5, and 6, but if you have plans to head to the Panthers game, Bank of America Stadium at 1 o'clock on Sunday, you should try to figure out now where your seats are. The reason why I say that is when you have temps in the upper 40s and you have the sun beating down on you for multiple hours, it can feel 5 to 10 degrees warmer. But if you're in one of those covered seats and you kind of have that wind whipping, kind of creating that wind tunnel, it can be even colder. And we know that cold air, of course, is lingering over the next few, not just days, but over the next week, week and a half. And that's actually begging the question, if we have cold air at the same time of a small chance of rain, could there be a chance for a wintry mix even here in the Charlotte metro area? The easy answer at this point is yes. We have a lot of model data to work out, but it is looking more and more likely this will be largely up toward the mountains, especially toward the Tennessee border. The European model right now, the GFS, the American, not in good agreement. But I mentioned this earlier. What we look at for is trends in those ensemble members that kind of take different atmospheric elements and kind of rerun those numbers. And the GFS ensemble, so those 52 different runs, actually is in better agreement with the European. So lots to work out. Just know, yes, there is a small chance. So we'll be watching that, especially Thursday and Friday of next week. So you can see that Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. Of course, 50s the next 2 days, a lot colder on Sunday. We're kind of up and down much of the work week. And of course, you'll have to stay tuned for updates for the latter half of next week and into the following weekend.
All right, and we shall stay tuned. Thank you, Brittany.